Hi, my name is Carlos. I am an intern here at the UF Africa Extension, and today I'm going to make a creamy corn soup. This is really dairy centered, so it really highlights the greatness of milk, cream cheese, and butter. Let's get started. So, just like I mentioned, this dish is very dairy forward. So here we have some whole milk, some cream cheese, some butter, and a few other ingredients. So we have like some chicken bouillon. We also have a 29-ounce can of corn. You can either use the 29-ounce can or you can use 214. It's a-okay. Just 1 ounce, doesn't matter. All right, so we also have a whole onion, then a few spices. So we have some cayenne, some pepper, some garlic, and some salt. And lastly, we have a trusty flour. And some tools that you need to complete this recipe are a cutting board and a knife, a small stock pot, and a wooden spoon for stirring. All right, to begin, we're gonna dice our onion. So first, get you a nice sturdy cutting board and get your onion. Take any stickers off of it. All right, so now we're gonna have to remember our knife work technique. So first we slice so we can get a flat surface to cut on. And now we do a slight indentation so we can begin to peel our onion. Me personally, I like to peel the first and second layer just to make sure I get all that waxiness off. Alright, so now that we have our onion peeled, we're going to begin slicing it. So, that flat side that we cut, put that down on the board to give you stability. Remember your bear claw technique. And now you're just going to cut the top off the onion first, just like that. And then we are going to flip it onto that side that we just cut, and we're going to cut straight down. Then turn it, cut straight down again. Now you're going to have this little piece right here that still has the root in it. We're going to turn it on this side and cut around the root, just like that. So you'll have this little small cube of the root left, and then you have all your onion right here. So now, you're gonna take each piece and cut it one long way, and then we're gonna cut it a couple of times until we get into these small dice along our opposite way. Just like that. And let me finish dicing the rest of this. Alright, so now we have our onion nice and diced. Now we're going to head over to the stove and start cooking our soup. So here we have our pan on medium, and then we put in our butter. We're going to let our butter melt completely before we start putting in our chopped onions and other ingredients. Once our butter is completely melted, we go ahead and add in our onions and stir to combine. Remember, we still are only on medium heat. We don't want our butter to get too brown, and we don't want our onions to cook too fast. Once your onions have started to soften and bubble a bit, continually stir it about once every 30 to 45 seconds to make sure there's no stickage to the bottom of the pot. Now that your onions are nice and tender, now it's time to add in your garlic. Now, be careful with garlic. Garlic can burn very easily. So, make sure you move it very often so it doesn't just sit in one place and burn. Once combined, you're going to cook this for about 1 to 2 minutes until it turns golden brown. At which point, you add in your flour and you stir vigorously. You want to stir until the flour and fat is completely combined, and then you get a paste of garlic, onion, and flour. Once that paste forms, spread it out so that the flour can continue to cook. Once the flour and onion mixture is cooked, add in your chicken broth. For me, I was using bouillon instead, so I added water into the mixture, and then I'll add the bouillon seasoning later. Once combined, add in your milk and whisk vigorously. So that thick paste that was just formed from adding the water to the flour, you're going to have to break all of that up and dissolve that into the milk. That's going to take a little bit of time, but just keep whisking and it's all going to come together. Once that milk comes up to temperature, it will also help dissolve that roux mixture. So once you have your chicken broth and milk in, now it's time to season your soup. Since I did not have chicken broth, I use chicken bouillon, in which you add water and the powder and you get chicken broth. Other seasonings I added were salt and pepper, but you can put your own spin on this recipe and add some of your favorite spices. You can add a little bit of chili flakes or a bit of cayenne pepper. It's up to your liking. Once you have all your seasonings in, give it a good whisk to make sure everything is combined. Once we have all of our seasonings in and well combined, we're going to add in our next aspect of dairy, which is cream cheese. Now, this cream cheese is going to give our soup a nice body without adding a lot of fat like normal heavy cream would. Because my cream cheese was kind of cold, it kind of made little lumps. So I just kept whisking until those lumps just disappeared and melted into my soup. Once you have your cream cheese well incorporated, go ahead and add all your corn, whether that be the 29-ounce can or the two 14-ounce cans. Either way, make sure you add all your corn and its liquid, and then mix well. When everything is well combined, cover for 10 minutes and serve hot. And here you have it, a Dairies Lover corn soup.